comrades, my name is Fritz and welcome back to the Exiled Adventures. It's the 4th of September currently and I am absolutely shattered, so this probably isn't going to be my most energetic performance ever. But yes, welcome to Fritz Lodge and a very warm welcome to Minecraft Beta 1.8. Minecraft 1.8 was released on the 2nd of September 2014, for future reference if you're watching this several years into the future. And if you'll remember, on the previous episode of Minecraft, we arrived over the crest of this hill to be greeted with this phenomenal sight of a monumental lava flow. And at that point I cut the episode off, but in the intervening time I actually built a small kind of outpost or chalet, the Chalet Fritz as I call it, as you can see by the sign which is somewhere up here, and I used it as a kind of base. Now I should mention there's something rather unusual happened with Minecraft when I updated, and unfortunately my skin seems to have changed a little. Yes, I might take my armor off sometime, but I ended up as some kind of feisty Robin Hood slut, or something like that. And rather unusual kind of skin widget, so I'm not too sure what happened there. Anyway, cinematic camera. And yes, I built this little chalet on stilts, and I actually quite like it, but I think this also marks a turning point in our current expedition to find some sugarcane, which we've done with gusto, 11 sugarcane in fact, and we can now begin completing our big circle and start heading home. So yes, I've christened this the Fritz Falls. There is a sign down there indicating thus, and there's also another big kind of hollow in there, which is rather scary to venture into, but I'm just going to enter back into the chalet just to make sure we haven't left anything behind. And you can see that unlike the bug off, I did actually put some downstairs furniture, and I really ought to do this for the house back where we started, so that's probably a good idea. But up here, second floor, as is the norm, you've got all of the usual gubbins, so crafting table, chest, furnace, bed, obviously, little bit of a Velux window going on here, and in my chest, if I just make sure I've got everything, this is basically all the stuff that I don't need, and I've got 56 coal, which is more than enough for the return journey, I think. I can probably put the seeds in here, and I've got quite a lot of food, which is fine. So yes, yeah, we are progressing well with the expedition. And I guess we could wander around for a bit before nightfall. If I just go back here, shut the damn door, and head down. Mobs do spawn quite profusely in this area. Ow. And I have to make sure that I get to bed before, well, creepy music, a large proportion of them actually come out and play. In which case we're going to have to be quite prompt about this. But yeah, I do want to continue exploring today. Although perhaps we won't get as far as we usually get in an exploring episode, like the last two have been. We made a vast amount of progress in the previous episode, so maybe that's a benchmark that we can set ourselves. In which case, I guess we could take in the landscape. I almost fell down there a couple of days ago when I was exploring. And yeah, I had to use some wood to build the chalet with. Apologies, it is a bit laggy today because I'm not using Optifine, which is a mod that I usually use to enhance the frame rate. So yeah, 1.8 does, however, run much better than previous versions, even without any performance enhancing mods, But I can see now that the sun is going down, and this actually makes quite a nice panning shot. Screenshot saved. And yeah, there's a rather unusual kind of cleft in the rock here, which is odd, to say the least, but I did also find some sugarcane down there, and I sort of swam across and collected them, and then decided to come back again. Of course, now that we are encountering sundown, we should probably quickly head back after that brief tour to the chalet once more, and pack up and leave for the day ahead that lies before us. Said the same thing twice, but in a slightly different way there. Anyway. And yes, in the words of Ernest Hemingway, abandon hope, all ye who enter. And hopefully that won't be the case today, but... oh crap, have I ended up in a little trench? That's fine. Need to climb this kind of... oh no, that's gone wrong. And yeah, essentially, that's the plan for this episode. I can't actually see a timer for my Fraps recording software, unfortunately, so it's kind of hit and miss as to whether I hit my 20-minute targets or not. So if it does end up being a bit long, I'll have to chop some bits out, which I don't really like doing, but I guess it saves you just sitting around watching, I guess. So yeah, I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. Hopefully you understand that. And yes, so spending our last night in the Chalet Fritz, we may return here in the distant future, but it is looking very unlikely. What I'm going to quickly do is take a... oh, that's clever, look, they've actually put a contrasting background on the whatchamacallit. And there's also a block thingy widget on there which tells you what block you're looking at, which is pretty cool. And wow, day 104, so we've actually spent 104 days in the wilderness, which is it's quite a lot of days. It's got on my graphics card specifications up there. AMD Radeon 75000, yeah, okay. But yes, what I'm going to do is take a screenshot of my coordinates here, and then, for one last time, glance up through the Velux window, and go to sleep. Okay guys, checking once more that there's nothing of value in my chest. We've got wool, we've got wood, we've got cobblestone for a furnace. Yes, we are ready to go. And we bid a fond farewell to Chalet Fritz. Hats off to you, old chap. And we can now put our compass out in the direction that we want to travel. And I'm going to go through that forest biome once again, because I quite like to go through that. Looks very interesting. So yeah, exploring. I think over the next couple of episodes I'll do a bit more exploring, and then by that time I'll probably return home for episode 10 or thereabouts, for a kind of season finale, the return home as it were. So I think that's quite a good plan, if it is a plan, if you could call it a plan. An agenda of sorts. And yeah, so we are ready to go home. And where's this rest of this hill? Wouldn't want to fall straight off that cliff edge, that would be nasty. And my heart yearns once more for the Berghoff, as I said, I believe, sentimentally and rather soppily. But there we go. Apologies if you skipped some bits of the video. Why would you do that? My voice is quite quiet today because I'm knackered. But I will try my best to keep the energy up in any way that I see fit. And essentially, yeah, we are kind of backtracking here, but I'll try to go a different route to the route that we went last time. And oh, there's 2 random apples. That's convenient. 1 and 2 apples. And we can probably try and traipse up this hill or something in the meantime. And I can actually hear sheep, which is interesting. And we can just quickly pass through this little cleft in the rock and make sure everything is okay. Ooh, we seem to have come to a bit of beach here. Right, well, I'm a bit at a loss of what to do here. However, what we can do is scale this waterfall and try to get up to the top of the mountain. Hopefully we won't die in the process, but, you know, it's always worth a try. And, yep, this is how we do it, isn't it? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And up we go. Pretty sheer rock face going on here. Hopefully we won't run out of air before we get to the top. And ow! Where did that come from? How far up are we? Wait, what? Are we seriously only... Wait, how did we do that? Okay. Well, I guess we could simply try to do that. That would definitely work for me. And yeah, what can I talk about this episode? There's nothing really much going on at the moment, apart from the 1.8 update, the most obvious thing. And so I'm kind of at a loss here, but you know, I think maybe my ongoing schedule for videos is an interesting topic. So I guess we could talk a little bit about that. Oh, the currents are slowly dragging us off the cliff. We do not want to die like this. Hooray, we made it, and cinematic camera's on for some reason. There we go. And big drop, and we lost our heart, that's fine. Upcoming schedule for video is pretty on and off, as video schedules go, really, but you know, I'm trying my best to upload videos regularly, although that might not always happen, for reasons that I stated in my announcement video. But essentially, I'm trying to get a video out at best, every 1 or 2 weeks, which is not much, I will admit. It's not kind of massive YouTuber kind of schedule in the slightest, but it's probably the best I will be able to manage. I mean, this is the first kind of amount of recording time that I've had over this week. So, yeah. And why can't I jump up this? There we go. And I'm gonna need my shovel, aren't I? And so basically what I want to do is keep you guys entertained, but without my video uploading schedule becoming very kind of hazy and inconsistent. And that is my plan, basically. And I do need to pick a way across here. And there does seem to be a small path leading after yonder, along with a rather odd chunk cleft in the rock there, but I think I'm going to stick with this part. Oh, there are cows and more sugarcane. Perfect. This will of course mean that we can make more books for a level 30 enchantment. So... Oh no, he's getting away. Yes. Right. And there goes. Couple of bits of leather. And there's another cow over here, although I don't particularly fancy falling into lava quite so soon. Okay. Well, roast pork, or roast steak, or whatever. That's fine by me. So, less coal we need to use, and there is also some sugarcane over there on the right, which I briefly caught a glimpse of. So, we can, I guess, quickly grab this. 14, yep, we've got all 3 blocks. 17, good. And there's 2 more blocks over here, I assume. Oh no, he's gone away. Oh, he's escaped. Where are you? And we did seem to lose that leather, unfortunately, but whatever. Like that. And yeah. 22. Okay. And there is a rather large rock face up here. So we are going to have to do a bit of mountaineering. I'm sure we can make do with what we have for now, though. I did dispose of most of my dirt, which was a little stupid of me, but I guess we can probably... I want to stick to these higher bits, ideally. So we can probably get away with building a bit of a staircase up here, collecting some dirt while we're at it. Just getting rid of this. Fine. Jumping onto there. And doing that. Disposing of this tree like so. And it is getting dark fairly fast, and at quite a high rate. We do also need to think about pitching camp sometime soon. But here we are, we've made it to the top of the mountain, and it seems that we have quite a smooth way to go before us, in which case I'm going to pitch camp here and kind of just dig in Make sure no mobs can spawn. Putting a torch down there. And probably shouldn't have done that. That was clever. Grab that. And I think that's deep enough, at least. We'll block off another section of wall once we dig in enough. Clear out a mini kind of room area under the ground. I think another couple of sections of dirt will be fine. There is, as it stands, some coal about, so I guess I'll be collecting that as the night wears on. But I'm going to have to put a torch up there, put a dirt block in there, grab some oak wood, crafting table, and then a furnace, as is the norm. And then, last but not least, of course, the most important aspect is the bedding. So, well, that was a slightly dull, if we're going to be honest. It's not my best performance, but I am thoroughly knackered and I did really want to get a video out. Although I will try to I don't want to sacrifice quality, which is another worrying factor, but I will try my best to keep to my schedule, even if it does mean videos like this. But as long as you know that, I do care about my fan base, and I do want to keep you entertained with content, although perhaps entertained isn't quite the right word, but nonetheless. I'm going to go to sleep now, and I'll see you, well, in both literal and Minecraft life, but yeah, I will see you next time on the Exiled Adventures. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. It does motivate me to make more videos like this, and all you have to do is click the button below the video. But my name is Fritz, that aside, and I will of course see you next time on the Exiled Adventures.